What's up, people? Today in this video I'm going to be talking to you about money. I'm going to be talking about salaries in the game industry. Now, it's possible that you want to join the game industry, you want to get a job, but you're not sure of what the salaries are like. How much do you get when you join? How much can you expect after a few years? And how high can you go? It's possible you know about the software industry. Everybody in India knows about the software industry, but people don't really know about the game industry. There's not a lot of information out there, and in this video I am going to give you that information. I'm going to tell you about how much you can expect at an entry level, how much you can expect at an intermediate level, and how high it can go. I'm also going to tell you how you can get those entry level salaries. And if you watch this video till the end, I will also tell you how you can get into that 1 lakh per month salary bracket. Now, I'm going to be doing this via actual case studies. Now, these are people who have actually helped, who I know really well about, because I help many of my students get jobs, and I also help them with salary negotiations. So, which is why I know a lot about this topic. So, I'm going to be actually changing the names of the people, but they really are people that I've actually helped. I'm Rahul Sehgal. I'm the founder of the Gamer to Maker course. I make people like you ready to join the game industry. I do this via the Gamer to Maker course. The link is there in the description of this video, so do check it out. Also, like this video and share it with people. All right. Also subscribe if you haven't done that, and also hit that bell icon. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram. That's where you will find lots of tips, tricks and hacks about the game industry, game careers, and also about game design. Lastly, make sure that you join the Gamer to Maker Discord server. It's awesome. It's a bunch of people just like you who want to make games for a living. Now, there are a lot of myths about the game industry, about how much you can earn, about working for AAA. There's a lot of information out there about this topic, and it's not all that good. But here, you will get the absolute truth. Now, it's not bad. It's just that it might not be the way you think it is. So working in the game industry and making games is absolutely awesome. I love it. I've been doing it for 13 years, but you have to be aware of the reality of what it's like to work in the game industry. And a big part of it is understanding what you can earn and how you can earn it. So to survive and thrive in the competitive and fast moving game industry, you have to be strong. You have to be self-aware, passionate, ambitious, and you have to be realistic. Okay, you have to be tough. Basically, you have to be a Spartan, which is what I call my students in the Gamer to Maker course. I call them Spartans because they're strong, they're tough, they're self-aware, and they do whatever it takes to get ahead and survive and actually make their dreams come true in the game industry. So now let's begin with the entry level positions. By entry level, I mean just out of college, your first job in the game industry. That is what I mean by entry level position. So it depends on the company. It could be a small company, medium-sized company, large company. It also depends on your portfolio, and irrespective of your role, whether you're a designer, whether you're an artist or a programmer, at the very minimum, you should be getting 20 to 30,000 rupees as an entry level position working full-time in the game industry. Now, what do I mean by full-time? It means that you are working from Monday to Friday. You're working 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., which is about 9 hours, which is about a standard in the game industry. So that's how much you would be expected to work for a full-time position. And for that full-time position, you should ideally be getting about 25,000 rupees a month, give or take a few thousand rupees here and there. Now, if you're not making that, if you're starting off in the game industry and you're not making around 25,000 rupees, that means there's something wrong. It's possible that your portfolio or your skills or your presentation or your negotiation skills have not met the mark. So this number, 20 to 30K, how much exactly you're going to be making depends on some factors. Some of them are firstly the quality of your portfolio. If it's good, if you have good work, and if you're actually able to present it well in an online portfolio, that really makes a difference at where you're going to be entering the game game industry, at what salary you're going to be entering, right? Also, how polished your games are. In your portfolio, do you have polished games? Are they looking good? Do they feel good? Or are they just something that you've put together by yourself without any real sounds? Or maybe you were doing a Udemy course and you just made the game there and you put it in your portfolio. So depending on how polished your games are, that's also going to have an effect on the amount of money that you get starting off. Next, if you have some group projects, right? If you have some project which you've actually made in 2, 3, 4 people, and you can actually talk about how you worked in a team, that's also going to bump up your entry level salary, because people can see you actually collaborated with people. You are not just sitting in your room on your laptop making a game through Udemy or some tutorials and you put it out there. That doesn't have so much weightage. A project which you made with actual people, which is a little bit polished, you made in a group, and you can actually explain that process to the people who are interviewing you for whatever position. That kind of project carries more weightage and you have much more chance of getting 25,000 rupees and above as a starting salary in a game company. Also, you should be able to explain your process. You should be able to talk about what happened during the project, what the problems were, what difficulties you faced, and most importantly, how you were able to overcome these difficulties. Now, if you can explain that to the people who are interviewing you and who are looking to offer you a job, your chances of getting that 25K or getting that higher starting salary really go up. Next, negotiation skills. Like, this is super important. So negotiation skills is something that I actually teach as a part of the Gamer to Maker method, because I've actually learned that. Now, this is very important. If you have good negotiation skills, you can actually get that 1, 2, 3, 4,000 rupees extra per month. Next, other offers. If you have an offer from another company, now you shouldn't lie about this. You genuinely need to have an offer. I've known people who have had existing offers from other companies and they've actually leverage those offers to actually get a higher starting salary. Lastly, internships and recommendations. If you've interned somewhere and if the person you interned with has actually given you a good recommendation letter, that makes a big difference. I've actually been on phone calls for my interns and for my students, and I've spoken to the founders of companies they're joining, and that once again helps to build that confidence and get that extra couple of thousand, 3,000-4,000 rupees starting salary whenever they're starting off in their first job. So now let's talk about the case studies. Now, once again, these are real people. I've changed their names, I've changed their identity. So the first one is Vijay. Now, Vijay is a programmer who did a BTech from a normal college, right? And then he did a short course in game making, and he also participated in a bunch of game jams. So that was some really good experience. After doing that, he did an internship with me for about 6 months, and after that I recommended him personally for a job at a company, and I spoke to the company director directly. All right, now his resume was actually picked out from 200 to 300 resumes which the company has had, and he actually got the job. I helped him with the salary negotiations, and he actually started at around 26,000 rupees a month. And now after about 4 months, once the probation period is over and they found that he's really good, his salary has gone up to 40,000 rupees a month, right? This is a small to medium sized company which has about 30 to 40 employees and is making a free to play mobile game. So that was case study number 1, a good healthy starting salary, and you understand what it took to actually get there. Right, so the next one is an intermediate case study. Now this is, once again, name change. Anita is an artist. Now this artist was with one of the companies that I was with about 5 or 6 years ago. Really low salary, straight out of art college, was making about 10-15,000 rupees a month, a really low salary. And what happened was that I actually saw the talent that this particular artist had. I asked her to come on to a project that I was working on, a particular game that I was working on, and that game did really well. Also remember, this artist, she was really good. So she worked on this game, she did the art, and that game did really well. It made millions of dollars, and on the basis of that, I recommended her for a salary hike of 3 times. So she went straight from 15K a month to about 45K a month within about 6 months, and that's actually possible. So now, after working at that company for about 3 more years, she left the company and she joined another mobile company where she made about 30 to 40% more. So that made her salary about 55,000 rupees a month, and then after working there for 1 year, she went and she joined a AAA company and is now making about 14 lakh rupees a year. So now that's a really good salary for an artist with about 5 to 6 years of experience. As you can see, that was the arc that she followed. In about 5 to 6 years, she actually broke into that 1+ lakh rupees a month bracket. So here are some tips. Now, changing companies can really help you, but it can also hurt you. Okay, if you change too much, I would not recommend anything on your resume which is less than 1 year. Ideally, it should be at least 2 to 3 years. If people see that you're leaving companies after 6 months to get other salaries, to get higher salaries, it's going to be a problem for you. If you do that once, maybe it's okay, but if companies see that you have done that 2 times or 3 times, you're really going to hurt your prospects because they're not going to employ you there, because it actually takes a fair bit of time to train you, to integrate you into the company, to actually familiarize you with the team. And if you're going to be doing that, and if you're going to be leaving 6 months after that for another salary, then that is a really big red flag. So make sure that that's not happening and that's not in your resume. Next, how do you break into the 1 lakh per month plus salary bracket? It is very much possible, and I'm going to tell you how it's done. And that is, firstly, you need to learn new skills, people. Once you're in the industry, keep your eye out for what new is out there. Like, especially for an artist, I know artists who have started learning Spine. They were artists, they were animators, and they were used to using Adobe software. And then there was this new thing called Spine 2D. On their spare time, they actually learned Spine. And once Spine was adopted by the company, they had a head start. And they were actually able to get promotions, they were able to get noticed. Secondly, SVGator. So SVGator is this software which is used for making animated lobby tiles. I know some people who actually took a head start and went and learned that on their own. So now these artists are doing well, they're doing better in their teams, and they actually have higher salaries because they are better trained, they know more software than their other contemporaries. Next, keep aside some time. Don't just do your job and then go and watch Netflix. After you've done your job, actually keep 5, 10, 15 hours per week to train yourself, to learn new skills. If you're a designer, learn about monetization, learn about new genres, play those genres, deconstruct them, and keep your skills fresh. If you are a programmer, particularly if you want to get ahead in the industry, I'll tell you what, someone who was a programmer working with me, he actually wrote a tool. So he saw that there was a gap, there was a problem in the team, we had a lot of downtime, and so actually went and he, in his spare time, designed a tool. He designed an emulator for our team and he presented it to them, and they actually managed to reduce their downtime by hundreds of hours a month, and he got a huge promotion and he was promoted to lead straight away. So make sure that you're not static in your job, make that you're learning new things, make that you're trying to find out how you can help the team. If you're doing that in your spare time, there's a good chance that it will pay off and you'll get that salary hike, you'll get that promotion, or you will become a team lead. Once you've done that, you are in. You are into the salary bracket of 1+ lakh. Also, be a leader. To get into that 1 lakh salary bracket, you need to show people that you can guide a team. You need to show them that you can actually manage other people. A really good way to do it is to take responsibility even when you're not asked. Mentor young people. If there's someone new joining the team, take out the time to help them, show them the ropes, make them comfortable, be a mentor to them, right? If you do this, if you take more responsibility for other people, to lead them, to guide them, at some point, that is going to pay out. You're going to be put in charge of other people. You're going to be given a leadership position. You're going to be given a lead role, and that is where your salary is going to go in 1 lakh plus. So all these things don't just happen by accident. Upskill yourself, be a leader, learn these things in your spare time. Cut down your Netflix time or game watching time and do these things, and they will really pay off. So that was just an overview of what it takes to get an entry-level job and actually rise up. Now, in the Gamer to Maker course, I actually teach this stuff in a step-by-step process. It's not just that. Not only 1 lakh, you can actually get into that 40 lakhs per month bracket. You can start earning 2.5, 3 lakh rupees a month plus bonuses in the game industry. But for that, you need a very, very strong game career strategy. And that's something I actually teach in the Gamer to Maker course. So if you're interested, do check it out. The link is there in the description of this video. Also, if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you want to know something else about salaries, or there's a topic you want me to make a video on, make sure you put it in the comments and I will do my absolute best. So thank you for watching. I will see you around. I will see you on the Gamer to Maker Discord server. Let's go.